Welcome once again to the Talk Shop in Studio 255. I'm Eric Henderson with my guest Brett Glass here for the City of Laramie City Council Agenda Preview. And this segment brought to you in part by Enchiladas for a Cause. That's right, Enchiladas for a Cause. You can make your pre-order for the June 14th pickup Saturday until June 2nd, just ahead. Here today, May 27th, you can order one of 3 recipes by the dozen, and you can do so by phoning 307-745-5116. Help the Epson Center provide enrichment, activities, and meals to seniors in Albany County. That's 1560 North 3rd Street, the location of the Epson Center. Stop by today and order Enchiladas for a Cause. They're looking for a goal of selling 300 dozen this year to support their organization's operations throughout the year. Will you be a contributor? And as promised, we have the City Council preview, but we want to make a moment of recognition for our Veterans of Foreign Wars, post-22 Foreign Wars, post-2221, and the American Legion, post-14. Thank you both for your recognition of those who have served. Brett, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you in. And how was your holiday weekend?
It was busy. I did a lot of chores. It was the weather, of course. It was rainy and then sunny and then rainy and then sunny, and I tried to work between them to catch up on things. And now, jumping back into the thick of it, we have some interesting things coming up for City Council. There are 2 presentations slated for this evening, and both of them are of interest to the public. So you may want to tune in by YouTube or get on the Zoom. And if you have anything else to comment about, I actually plan to comment to City Council about one item that's not on the agenda. It's a good time. It's a good time to show up. 6 p.m. Tonight, Tuesday night.
Is it an earlier start tonight?
Work sessions now for City Council generally start at 6 p.m., not 6:30. They want to have more time, and they want to be able to conclude earlier. Right. So yes, it will start.
And the location for that, 406 Ivinson Avenue in City Hall, the council chambers, right in the door to the left.
Yes. Okay, so anyway, City Council will have 2 presentations tonight. The first one is by Tri-Hydro Corporation, which is a local corporation that does various things involving groundwater, environmental work of different kinds. And the presentation is going to relate to monitoring the aquifer. Now, the aquifer, of course, is very controversial. There's been a lot of discussion over whether the aquifer protection plans are good or not. And Tri-Hydro is proposing to help resolve some of those issues. What they are proposing to do is drill more monitoring wells. They already have a few. So they can monitor whether, in fact, pollution is affecting our aquifer. And so what they're going to talk about tonight is where the wells already are, where they want to put new ones, and just in general how they plan to monitor the quality of the groundwater that we get out of the Casper aquifer. So that's an interesting discussion. There's going to be a lot of science, a lot of talk about what to do. It's probably a good investment in the future because once we drill those wells, they're not going to go away. They're going to, they're going to be useful forever. If the city is going to invest in things involving the aquifer, I think will be a good idea. And whether you are for or against the restrictions that the city and county are proposing, you'd probably be in favor of this because this will give us data to discuss whether those restrictions are doing a good job or not. So that's the first item on the agenda for this evening. The second one involves mosquito control. And the city is going to talk about what the city, not the county, but the city, is doing with regard to mosquito control. Now, we've had a lot of rain. Almost certainly within the next week or 2, we're going to get a hatch of mosquitoes, and we're going to want to do something about that. So the city, on every utility bill, has a fee for mosquito control, and they're going to talk about how they use that. In general, what the city does is it sprays not only in the alleys around town, but also in the areas surrounding the city to try to control the mosquito larvae. And they're going to talk about the kinds of mosquito control compounds they use. Some of them are not chemicals. Some of them are actually biological substances that they use to try to control the mosquitoes. They're going to talk about where they spray and how they spray, and it isn't specifically on their slides, but I hope they're going to talk about how you can ask not to be sprayed if you don't want your property sprayed. And those are the two official agenda items for the evening this Tuesday.
What's happening in the plan for scheduling? Is there anything on the agenda for scheduling for this summer?
That is not going to be discussed tonight. The City Council is going to give updates on their interactions with the various boards and commissions. But really, the scheduling discussion was last week, and if you want to find out about that, review last week's City Council video, or look at the agenda packet, because at the end there they talk about what they have scheduled for the future.
And the live stream for City of Laramie City Council meetings available on YouTube weekly. We also post that link on the Talk Shop as well. And in addition to City of Laramie affairs, there's an important deadline for the Wyoming long-term homeowner affidavit and application. That is due to the Albany County Assessor no later than today, close of business. You want to get that in for your opportunity to qualify for savings on your property taxes. There's one other exemption that is beneficial to be submitting an application for. If you qualify, you can't qualify if you don't get a complete application in timely. So you want to take that opportunity today before 5 p.m. and get that in, and the earlier the better. In case there's any missing blanks or anything like that, you need to touch them up. Brett, any closing comments today?
Yes, there's going to be one occasion which is going to occur today that happens every year here in Laramie, because we are somewhat of a transient community. We're going to, this coming weekend, is going to be May 31st, which is the annual dumping day. This is something which, unfortunately occurs every year in Laramie. A lot of people move out of town, especially students who have completed their studies for the summer or have completed them altogether and gotten their degrees. And so we are going to see in the alleys and on the streets a lot of old furniture, a lot of junk that people are clearing out of apartments as they move. And currently, as far as I know, the city doesn't have any plans to accommodate this with extra pickups, with putting extra bins out. And so citizens hopefully will be proactive. I'm going to volunteer to bring some things out to the dump if I see them in the area where I live. And I'm hoping that the city this week will make provisions to do some extra pickups to clean off the streets, because this just happens every year. We can predict it, and yet at least
earlier this month, Brett, yeah. there was a coupon that could be applied for, and that was for Clean Up Laramie, though it was much earlier in the month. Can those coupons still be secured for tires and TVs and what have you that would be by the truckload?
Okay. I think what you're referring to is the landfill voucher program.
That's exactly it.
Yes. The city of Laramie at one time didn't charge you to go to the dump, but nowadays they do. And so if you bring a load of anything except e-waste into the dump, they will charge you for doing that. They don't charge you for the e-waste because they get a little money back from that. And so if you have an old sofa or something else, old furniture, any junk from as you clean out an apartment, and you have, this is the other thing, if you have a vehicle which is capable of carrying it and covering it, then you can then you can bring it to the dump. And if you go to the city's website under solid waste, you can find an application for a voucher that lets you into the dump for free. This is intended to encourage you to bring waste to the dump rather than leaving it someplace else. And the voucher is good all summer long, and it does include Memorial Day and the end of May. However, this is only somewhat effective because you still have to haul whatever it is that you're disposing of to the dump yourself. So yes, it's a help, and it's good that the city is doing this program, and also that they're running it all summer, because at the end of the summer we have people moving in and out as well. But it may not be sufficient. I still hope that the city council, city manager are going to take action to deal with the detritus which is going to accumulate on our streets from people who don't have any way to bring things to the dump.
Trending now on social media is a question regarding the 4th Street water fill station and the concern about where that will be located going forward. Any mention of that detail prescriptively for where we can expect that might exist? A lot of county residents in Albany County asking that question.
I don't know the details of that. I would suspect that if they're going to move it, they may move it to the new municipal palace that they've built north of town. But I honestly do not know. It's a good question. People should bring that up. People should go to the city council meeting and point blank ask council and the city manager what they intend to do about that.
You get an opportunity at the beginning and at the end of each meeting, and occasionally throughout, be it a work session or a regular session, to give public comment. Please take that time. Make that question known. There's no bad question, save the one not asked. Brett, any other items we should mention before we close this segment?
No, I think I pretty much covered it all. So everyone have a great week, and we'll be back next week with a review of the agenda for the first meeting in June.
Remember, Enchiladas for a Cause, now supporting Epson Center for Seniors, 1560 North 3rd Street. Their phone number to order one of 3 recipes, 745-5116. And that is ordered by the dozen. Today through June 2nd for pre-orders. Pickup is Saturday, June 14th. Now, they're also taking donations. Perhaps you'd like to donate to support reduction of the costs, production costs. You would like to soften those for the organization. That's an opportunity. Another is your time. The 12th and 13th will be make days for Pickup Saturday, and they can always use your help through Enchiladas for a Cause. Their goal, 300 dozen. This year, in 2025, it'll help support the enrichment, the activities, and the meals for Albany County seniors. This is The Talk Shop, and we appreciate you listening.